Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's rasa asadan centers around the Padavali of Jayadev, Chandidas and Vidyapati. As Swarup Damodar sings such padas, Prabhu becomes transported in bhava to relish Sri Krishna's Rup, Rasa and Leela, just as Virahini Radha does in Lalita and Vishaka's company. In this book we will soon enter another Gambhira Leela, the one which unfolds at Navadvip in Sri Gauranga's private bedroom chamber. And here Srimati Vishnupriya relishes the topics of Gauranga's Rup, Ras and Leela from the Mahajana Padavali sung by her closest Sakhis, Kanchana and Amita. We have previously defined Gambhira's meaning as a place where one experiences the intensity of viraha. Srimati Vishnupriya's feelings of separation for Gauranga are as deep as an ocean. Hence, just as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Nilachala Gambhira Leela is very instructive for those who wish to understand about Vrindavana's Prema Rasa, similarly, in Nadia, Srimati Vishnupriya's Gambhira Leela is a storehouse of Gaura Prema Rasa. Now a relevant question arises. Who in our world could possibly narrate this mysterious topic? Vishnupriya Devi's Gambhira Leela lies beyond the Vedas, beyond the Goswami Shastras, and even Gauranga's Navadvipa associates have hardly sampled a drop from this nectar ocean. Indeed, if we stop to ponder for a moment, we shall have to conclude that only someone who is very near and dear to Srimati and who has received her merciful Kripa Ashirvad could possibly narrate such an account. Moreover, such a person would have to be in tune with Priyaji in mind and spirit and possess exceptional Vidvad Anubhav.
Explain the meaning of that. Explain the meaning.
Well, Vidvad Anubhav is a divine realization that follows after knowledge of the Shastras. So that's really, Vidvad Anubhav means, Vidvad means someone who knows. So Vidvad Anubhav, Jiva Goswami says in the Sandarbhas that the ultimate Praman is Vidvad Anubhav. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur also writes about this in several of his books, you know, but it's that the idea that actually he says this in Tattva Vivek. There's a book called Tattva Vivek, you know, and in that book, anyway, one of the Amnaya Sutra, maybe one of those books there, and he says that the Shastras all arise out of the realizations of individual Mahatmas, of seers, rishis. And so Vidvad Anubhav, really, that's the ultimate source of spiritual knowledge, is the realizations of advanced souls. So even the scriptures come out of that. I mean, for instance, Rupa Goswami is saying things that no one ever said before. So we accept that Rupa Goswami's insight is authoritative. And we follow in the footsteps of Rupa Goswami, no doubt about it. But it doesn't mean that Rupa Goswami, that everybody leaves Uchishta. Everybody has leftovers, you know. If the previous sadhus came and ate everything that was on the plate, there would be nothing left for us. So they've left out of their kindness. They leave something, and that we can chew on that. And by chewing on it, we can also have our own realizations.
Good point.
So in my humble estimation, I believe that Haridas Goswami of Navadvip, 1867 to 1944, was such a fit person to write on this topic. In his autobiography entitled Atma Charita, Haridas mentions that he would often visit Siddha Banshidas Babaji Maharaj for Ishta Goshti. On one such occasion, Haridas received the seed of inspiration from Banshidas to write his last work entitled Gambhirai Sri Vishnupriya. This voluminous book is the mature culmination of Haridas's lifelong vrata in writing Vishnupriya Charit. In our effort to record this heartrending story, we have translated into English many passages from Haridas Goswami's Gambhira Sri Vishnupriya to enhance this volume. Vishnupriya Devi doesn't begin her intense Vairagya Vrata until after Mother Sachi's demise. Hence, her Nadya Gambira Leela starts from that time, and it lasts up until her Mahaprayan, or disappearance Leela. In this avatar, both Gauranga Mahaprabhu and his Antaranga Shakti, Srimati Vishnupriya Devi, have demonstrated how one is to perform Viraha Sadhana. So in order to successfully perform Viraha Sadhana, one would do well to carefully study these topics. The fruit of this activity is Bhagavat Prem and Prabhu's Sakshat Darshan. Joy Gaur Vishnupriya. So this is part 2. There's a third part also?
Yeah, I'm writing that now. What it is it's the culmination. It's just like that Siddha Mahatma Basanta Kumar Dey had this dream, you know, and he saw, in the dream he saw Vishnupriya. Came to him in the dream, and she asked what, he was reciting mantras in the dream, you know, like Shri Chaitanya, Shri Gauranga Chandraya Namah, Shri Nityananda Chandraya Namah, Shri Advaita Chandraya Namah, etc. And then all of a sudden Vishnupriya came and said, oh, why didn't you say Shri Krishna Chaitanya Chandraya Namah? And then he answered, he said, Srimati, we don't like to say that name because it pains us, you know. With this, the topic of Mahaprabhu's sannyas lila is very painful to us. And she goes, oh, hey, that sannyas lila is 80% of our lila. And the rest of it is the 20% is our sambhog lila, which rests above this, you know. And then he went to his Gurudev and asked, what did Srimati mean by that? And Shishak Ghosh answered, he said that the more one becomes pained in hearing about Gaur and Vishnupriya's sannyas lila, the more he can relish Gaur and Vishnupriya's conjugal pastimes.
Wow.
You know? So this Viraha Sadhana comes first. You know, the more you feel hurt and their separation, the more you can relish their conjugal union. You know?
Beautiful. Wow.
It's a very important thing to pass through. Everyone has to go through a Gambira Leela to attain prem. You know? Every sadhak. If we don't experience Viraha.
Well, you were saying that I didn't quite catch it the other day. You were saying that Gauranga and Vishnupriya, that they were Swakiya first, and then they became part of Kiya.
Yeah, exactly. After Mahaprabhu became a sannyasi, their Lila becomes part of Kiya Ras. How is that? Because Gauranga is not allowed to see her face again. And that's the main ingredient of Kiya Ras, this Durlabhata, that they cannot meet. Vishnupriya can no longer meet with her Gauranga, even though he's her husband. Now, actually, by the society's norms, he's become the son of Kesha Bharati, you know, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So, and now that he's a sannyasi, he can no longer see her. But does this stop Vishnupriya's desire to see her husband? No. It's like a dam has been put in the rushing river of her Anurag to meet with him. And what is this? What happens when a dam is put in a river? Is the river just flows over and turns into a flood. You know, when it floods over the banks. And this Mahaprabhu told her, Vishnupriya, when he left, he said, Tumi jakon dekte more chaha anuragi. Takon tumi more darshan pabe. Chaitanya Mangal says, when you want to see me, call me with your anurag. And at that time I will come and you will see me. So in this Vishnupriya, this Virohini Vishnupriya volume, there's many instances will be coming up of when Mahaprabhu's Avirbhav appears in Sachi's Angan. It says in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Mahaprabhu appears in 4 places always. He can always be, and one of those places is Sachi's Angan. It doesn't say Vishnupriya, but what Sachi's Angan means is where Vishnupriya is performing her Nirjan Bhajan. So this book is about that Leela.
So I get it. So you had the first part is about the Prakat Leela of the Vishnupriya and Gauranga together in Navadvip.
No, it starts with Sannyas Leela.
It starts
And
with
the things that lead up to it, and just the Sannyas Leela, and just after in Shantipur.
And so the third volume is about their Sambhog Leela.
In Golok Navadvip.
In Golok.
That's the biggest one, because it'll be just as thick as Govinda Lilamrita.
Oh really?
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's good.
It will be like this is one fourth, and this is 1/4, and that's the other half, the last half.
Okay. So you're going to put them together in one volume, and like the Govinda Lilamrita? Or?
I don't know. Right now we're
Did-
still
did-
writing.
I mean, just the first 2 volumes, did you have them published with the Ras Bihari Lal as well? Just the...
Well, the first one is out,
Okay.
and the Basanta, the one who's laying it out, is supposed to be coming here. He
Okay.
hasn't showed up yet.
Okay.
And then we're going to discuss how he's going to do part 2.
Okay.
Part 2 is already ready.
He's
Here
got
it is. We're reading
Yeah,
it
no,
out.
but he has the electronic version. Okay. Part 2, Virahini Vishnupriya. As Sannyasi Nimai heads for Nilachala, Mother Sachi and the Nadia Bhaktas are left to cry on the pathway. Oh, sorry. In this volume, we shall take up the Leela from here and continue to narrate all of the events leading up to Vishnupriya Devi's Mahaprayan. Mother Sachi returns home. Prabhu left home at the beginning of Magh, mid-February. Srimati was the most devastated during the first month. She was telling Kanchana, Udbege divashamore hoilo kotiju. That each day, O Saki, each day of my suffering appears to last 1,000,000 yugas. But at the end of Magh, Srimati gets a chance to pacify her mind. In Prema's dharma, the main concern of the consort is her beloved's happiness. Srimati has heard that her Pranavallabha has arrived at Advaita's house. And seeing her Shashri, her mother-in-law, and the Bhaktas going to meet him there, Srimati ponders, aha, now my beloved Swami's painstaking vows of sannyas will be reduced. The Bhaktas will serve him attentively, and my Shashri will feed him nicely. Although Priyaji is deprived from the joy of seeing her husband, she isn't thinking about that. Her mind now contemplates the jiva's fortune. Oh Ma, millions of people are rushing to Shantipur to get my Prananath's darshan. Some are going in the hope of freeing themselves from samsara's bondage. Some for the happiness of sharing his Amritamoya Sangha, and others will beg pardon for their previous aparads. As the people race to Shantipur, no one is looking back to notice Srimati, but she doesn't take their behavior as offensive. Rather, Priyaji directs her merciful glance to them and prays, let everyone cross the distressful ocean of samsara and attain a real happiness. Then another thought awakens in Srimati's mind. Will my Shashri be able to catch Nimai and bring him home? Because when she meets him, could she ever let him go? Srivas has also promised Vishnupriya, I'll bring Nimai back, don't worry. But Srimati cannot speak these topics. Her husband is left to become a sannyasi, and a sannyasi is forbidden to see his wife's face again. Thus Priyaji starts wavering. Will he ever return to me? Will I ever receive his darshan again? And then she frowns. Oh, isn't this a hopeless expectation? One good out of UGH, like ugh, that's in.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, but
Ooh.
you will say ooh. Ugh means disgust.
Oh, how do you see?
But if you say UGH, that means ugh. It means like